Welcome to another video, everyone. And I know 2024 has gone through a number of weeks so far. And for some of you, you have garnered new experiences. You have made adjustment to hold things or hold habits and is adapting to new environment. However, I know there are plenty of things that you are grateful for thus far. And I just want to share a few of my grateful moments of 2024 or what I am grateful for thus far in 2024. All right. So, the first thing that I want to be and give thanks for and is grateful for is life. Because one, if I didn't have that life, I would not be able to record this video for you to take part of. All right. And when I look at it, to know that God has been merciful unto me, and I went to my bed not knowing that I would have woken up. And when I bless my eyes to the day of light, and I realized that the breath is still within my body and I can go about here and there, you know, it is way much to be thankful for. And that is why it is the number one thing for me to be thankful for, because without it, there's nothing else that I can be thankful for. Because if I am dead, how am I going to be thankful? And how am I going to do and experience other things? So, you see, for me, life is the number one thing that I am grateful for. Secondly, the fact that I am saved. All right. So, I am thankful that God has saved me. And I am also thankful for the gift of the Holy Spirit, because when I assess myself, when I assess my life, if God didn't save me, I always say this. If it had not been for God, it would have been one of two things. All right? I would have been of unsound mind, or I would have been in prison. If the death angel has not come for me, if it had not been for the mercies of God, if he had not saved me in time and put his word in me to try to live by them, to save my soul, to have a chance to make it into the first resurrection. And with that, through the start of this year, I am also thankful for the weeks of prayer and fasting that we have in our individual temples, where I can get to, commune with God on an individual basis and on a collective basis, where the brothers and the sisters, we gather at the temple and, we pour out and we reach out to God, so that does not happen on a regular basis, as in like a daily or a weekly event or thing. So when we can come together through prayer and fasting, fervent prayer and fasting, then believe in God, then a lot can happen, and so I am indeed thankful for that. And I am also thankful for my family, my husband, my children, and then my relatives. All right, because they have been a good support system for me, you know, and I have been a good support system for them whenever possible. So we need family, and not all family is going to be with us and is aligned with everything that we do. So when we do have those that stand by our side, we really have to be grateful and thankful unto God for them, you know, because there's a saying that says one hand can't clap. And of a truth, see both hands there, and we put them together and they make such joyful noise. All right, and sometimes you're clapping and it's disturbing others, so to them it's just like disturbance. But see it here, oh, you have to clap with one hand. You hearing anything? No, your hand is just moving freely. That is not even clapping, because both hands have to come together to make the clapping sound. All right, so yes, that is how family and relatives are. We need them at times. All right, and so the ones that are there, we just have to give thanks for them. All right, because the reality is, you know, if I know we die, they'll die. All right, or if they're not sick and hospitalized, then it's us. So we just have to be careful and, you know, deal with them according to knowledge. All right, the next thing that I am grateful for is my home. And the reason why I said my home is because in my town there are a lot of homeless persons on the street. All right, some of them are of unsound mind. You know, some persons are in shelters, and some persons, for security reasons, for protective reasons, they have to leave their home and they have to be in hiding. All right, and there are several other ways that causes persons to be out of a home. Some persons are living in their cars not by choice, because I know there are some persons who live in their vehicles by choice. All right, some persons decide to downsize, sell their houses, and live in their vans, and nothing is wrong with that as long as they're comfortable with that. All right, but I'm talking outside of that. You know, to know that I can go and have a nice sleep in my bed, nice comfortable sleep, to know that I can wake up in the morning in my bed. A lot of persons don't have that. They don't have that. And they will never have that for a while. While some persons will recover from it, that will be the situation for others until they die. And so I'm grateful for that. Following that, I am grateful for my health. 2023 was a challenging year health-wise, but it has proved to be a situation whereas so far, and I hope it continues to be so far, I don't have any illness or sickness that is detrimental or requires any surgery or any hospitalization, you know, and I pray and hope to God that that is the case. But you know, things can change, things can happen in your body that will require you to do any of those. However, I am thankful because most of the challenges that I experience health wise is mostly physically, you know, and sometimes the physical aspects of it um drains and weary me down. It becomes mental too. But at this moment, I am thankful and grateful for health. All right. And also following health, peace of mind. I would say 90% of the time so far for the year, my mind is at peace, right? The other times may be interrupted by, you know, the enemy putting in certain thoughts in the mind, and I have to fight and call upon God real hard, to keep my mind. I don't even have to do the deed, the thought. All right. So even in my thoughts, I have to be very, very, very careful. All right. And I know God is able, because I can remember growing up in my teen years. There was this lady that I honestly could not bear to stand. I hated her. Just her presence alone. Anytime I see her, is like, people, long people would have said back in the days, your spirit get cross. Yeah, that was what it is for me with that person. And when I see how God has dealt with my mind, with my thought, cut me down, trim me down, remove all the negativity that I had towards that individual, and just bring love in there for the individual. Sometimes when I think about it, it amazes me so much, you know. And based on my experiences with God in terms of peace of mind, anytime I'm experiencing warfare in my mind, or mental warfare, I know God is able, because I have been through a lot of them, and He has helped me. So when it comes on to that, I have no doubt whatsoever. And I know God is able, and He will continue to keep my mind and give me peace of mind whenever it's needed. I'm also thankful for my senses, knowing that I am able to speak. I am able to hear, and all the other aspects that fall into my senses. Because the other day I saw this notification came up on my phone, and I decided to select it, and I did. And it was a video, and while I was watching it, um I was actually amazed by the young lady, because um she is unable to communicate verbally. And a lot of times we take these things for granted. But there are a lot of persons out there who are facing these issues, these challenges. The fact that you can't get 2-3 words out clearly. Sometimes to even say yes, the person has to just shake her head as a means of communication to say, yes, I understand what you're saying. Yes, I agree with this. Yes, you can do that. And we have many ways that we can communicate with others. And then what was hard too, she did not learn sign language. So sometimes communication for her is hard, but her family is that strong supportive system that is aiding her as she goes. And she goes through therapy where she's learning to write and she's learning to read. But it's hard for some people. And so me personally, I don't want to take things for granted, because even though we may not born that way, some of us can lose these senses that we have, along the way. We can meet in an accident. We can just suddenly block out, whatever way, shape, or form, and we lose one or two of our senses. And so I'm grateful that I have all my senses intact. And I want to know that I am using them wisely. And communication breaks down barriers. Because in her situation, I know she would have wanted to express herself more than how she's expressing herself, but she can't because the communication barrier is there. So be grateful for how merciful God is to you. And despite whatever situation you're in, still be grateful, because it can be worse. It can be worse. And as I said that, I remember my son showed me a video. And after watching the video, I said to him, look how some of us think that we are in the worst situations ever, when in actuality, somebody else is in a worse situation than us or than yourself. And then I can remember the story of the man with the banana that climbed up into the man with the banana that climbed into a tree and said he's going to eat that banana and die. And when he has eaten the banana and he threw the skin down, when he looked down, it was another man who took the banana skin and had that banana skin. That man eat that banana skin. So you see, him did things that him worse. So the banana the only thing him have to eat. Well, see there, the banana skin helps save somebody else's life. So sometimes we murmur and we complain too much. We just need to give thanks, pray unto God, and believe. Because He knows what we are in need of before we even think it, much more to ask it. Yeah, He wants us to trust Him. And the last thing that I am adding to the list of things that I am grateful for would be opportunities. And I say opportunities because at times opportunities will present itself. Not all of them I will be able to accept. All right. And for me, that's based on my religion. All right. Because I cannot go against scripture in accepting certain opportunities and sin against God. So certain opportunities is definitely a no for me. But I am thankful and grateful for the fact that I had the opportunity last year, June, to start a YouTube channel. And that leads me to being thankful for your support thus far in 2024. All right. At the time of making this video, I have 473 subscribers and I am in my third quarter of the year. So how I have been assessing my growth is through quarters. So that will be 4 quarters for the year. All right. And I'm in the third quarter, which runs from January through to March. All right. And the aim is to see if I can be monetized within the required 365 days. Because if I don't meet that requirement within the first 365 days or within the first year, each day that goes beyond the 365, those watch time hours are removed. So all the hard work in creating that video and putting it out there, editing it, putting it out there, you watching it, and that watch time hours have been accumulated, they are going to go day by day. And that is why I am hoping and praying I do reach the threshold, which is the 1,000 subscribers and the 4,000 watch hours by June 10, 2024. All right. So in order for me to be able to do that, I have to continue to create videos that you want to watch. And you, my lovely viewers and subscribers, will have to subscribe. So that's for the new and the returning viewers. Subscribe. So if you're watching this video right now and you have not yet subscribed, hit that subscribe button, because I'm positive that each time I say the word subscribe, you see that word or that subscription icon being highlighted. So what are you waiting for? What are you why are you not hitting that subscription button? All right, so subscribe to my channel, subscribe to my channel, subscribe to my channel. All right, get me to that 500 subscribers and then off to 1,000 subscribers, so that my watch time hours can be increased and also get to 4,000. All right. So if these things that I am grateful thus far up to the time you're watching this video resonates with you, then leave a like, leave a comment, and don't forget to subscribe. Now, You can share what you have been thankful and grateful for in the comment section. So just let me know. Might be one thing, two things, three things, as many things as possible that you are grateful for thus far. You can leave it in the comment section. All right. Thank you.